I finally mustered up the courage to create a YouTube channel, and as you can see, it goes by the name of Big Beef, which is just an inside joke between me and my cousin. Now, I might be talking a little bit quiet because it is 4:30 in the morning right now, so I can't necessarily make that much noise because I am filming this in my kitchen. So I don't necessarily want to wake anybody up. That's that.
Guys, it's Quandale Dingle here. I have been arrested for multiple crimes, including battery on a police officer, grand theft, declaring war on Italy, and public indecency.
Now, the majority of the content I'm planning on making will be based around gaming in general, but I will be recording what I find interesting. So, like, I'm not gonna be necessarily just be posting, gaming things. Like, I could also post, I don't know. Generating into my server, I begin the day with animal abuse. After asserting my dominance, I begin crossing into the terracotta biome, where you can see my house in the distance. I did have footage where I was creating the house, but I lost that footage the other night, so we're starting a bit further into the playthrough. I already have my house created, but if you couldn't tell, my house is still missing a couple of details, so for now I have to prioritize gathering resources. What's not to love about acacia trees? Fun fact, acacia trees grow natively in tropical and subtropical areas across the globe. They are most commonly found in Australia and Africa, and they thrive best in warm, dry environments. They are also well adapted to savannas, deserts, semi-arid grasslands, and open woodlands. Some acacia species are known for being Myrmecophytes plants that live in a mutualistic association with a colony of ants. The word Myrmecophytes also translates to ant plant. Let's take the Vachellia trepanolobium, or commonly known as the whistling thorn, for example. This acacia tree is native to East Africa and can grow up to 6 meters tall. They grow straight spines at each node, some of which boast large swollen bulbous bases. The large bases are naturally hollow and can be occupied by one of several symbiotic ant species, like the, forgive me for mispronouncing any, Chromatogaster mimosae, Chromatogaster nigriceps, Chromatogaster sagostedti, and the Tetraponera panzigi. Like other acacias, the whistling thorn has leaves that contain tannins. They act as a self-defense mechanism against insects and herbivores. The ants, in exchange for shelter within the swollen spines and nectar secretion, will defend the acacia tree against herbivores such as elephants, giraffes, and herbivorous insects. The name whistling thorn is derived from whistling sounds that come from wind blowing over the bulbous spine entry and exit holes that ants make. After watching a video of this so-called whistling, I have to say that it sounds remarkably similar to cicada sounds, but I did just find it off of YouTube, so I can't necessarily say how official this quote-unquote whistling sound is. So, like I said, I'm not sure if it's superficial, so take my word for granted. The acacia trees in-game aren't based off of any specific species of acacia, and is commonly referred to as just acacia in-game. Now, joining me in my server will be 2 other friends who may or may not make features on my channel. My main priority is obviously to beat the game, but I'll be making various builds along the journey alongside my friends. One of the various builds featured in this beautiful journey is my girlfriend's trap house. As I was inspecting her house, I made the observation that bats were flocking towards her house as well. In the situation that she's a vampire, I will be on site to solo her. Further trespassing into the property, we are greeted to an empty house similar to that of my own. I quickly leave seeing as there was no content within the house. Close to Camilla's house is the town of Goonsville. As of right now, it's a regular everyday village, but soon it will be reconstructed into a paradise. Goonsville is a village on a smaller scale, boasting 5 houses, excluding mine and my girlfriend's house. As of yet, nothing interesting has befallen the town of Goonsville, so let's skedaddle again. I proceed to run around like a degenerate until I notice something interesting. Between the plains and the acacia biome, there is a visible line separating both biomes, but the remarkable part is the fact it's only raining on the plains biome side, instead of the acacia side. This is a real-world phenomenon that is commonly referred to as 3 things: ultra-localized rain, a rain shaft, or a precipitation shaft. Journeying further into the Badlands biome that surrounds my home, we see my already built house. That's because this is footage from July 22nd and the previous footage is a couple of days old. Regardless of that, we push forward and inevitably get to the top of the Terracotta Mountain. Once on top of the mountain, I see a long river that spans past my render distance. Curiosity gets the better of me and I begin running along the top of the mountain until I saw a lava pool, where I promptly jumped down the mountain, turned it into obsidian, and harvested it for its succulent materials. After gaining 10 obsidian, I swiftly ran back to my home to create the portal for the nether. And yes, I did get my diamond pickaxe off screen. Legitimately. After a heavy amount of building, me and my girlfriend have finally completed our houses. My house is still considerably empty and lacking detail in comparison to hers, but with time, I'll fix that. So here are the final results. Panning over to my girlfriend's house, we can see a noticeable difference to how her house started and how it ended. Something I'm sure most of us notice is the dormer that has been installed on the left side of the roof. Now, as I get on top of her porch, I stop mid-scouting to look at the rain with the creeping sunset in the background. Pretty nice. Stepping into the house, I see a hobo dirtying my girlfriend's bed. I try to kick him out, but due to the signs surrounding the bed, he is impervious to my attacks. Ignoring the hobo, I take a glance at the indoor decorations, which features storage systems, a furnace, what seems to be a blast furnace, a cake stand, and a stovetop with meat on it. It is simple yet effective decor. I myself am pleased with how her house came out. On the other hand, if you can talk for larger houses, my house stands at 2 stories and is located in the middle of a pool surrounded by a Badlands biome. Like the ultra-localized rains, these crater-like pools are also a real phenomenon caused by volcanic activity, meteorite impacts, and ground collapses, like sinkholes. To me, the most reasonable of these options for these crater pools is, well, meteors, since I see no volcanic activity around the area, but there was a lava pool less than 500 blocks away, so it could be one or the other, but I'm still leaning towards the meteors. Approaching my house, we see a large bridge that I've yet to decorate, leading to my...
Guys, it's Quandale Dingle here. I have been arrested for multiple crimes, including battery on a police officer, grand theft, declaring war on Italy, and public